Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, we're going to be playing GTA 5 with the worst possible graphic settings. That's right, I'm going to be lowering the graphics quality to the lowest possible point it can go in GTA 5, and even more so beyond that with the help of mods. Now, the mods I'm going to be using in this video were traditionally meant to be helpful. It was meant to help those who have lower-end PCs be able to run GTA 5 that they might not normally be able to. However, when you kind of reverse engineer it, it actually kind of leads to a rather fun experiment, and that's what we're going to be doing today. Now, I kind of got inspired to do this experiment when the rumors of GTA 5 getting a port for the Nintendo Switch started coming about. I kind of wanted to see if you lowered the graphics a ton, what that would actually look like. Now, I don't expect the Nintendo Switch version, if that even is a thing, to look anything like this, but I do think it will be a dumbed down version, quality-wise, to what we have on the current generation systems and on PC. So as you can see here in the graphics menu, I have everything set to as low as possible, and I also have some extra mods installed as well, which I'll leave a link to in the description. And this is so weird to play it like this. Now, what I've also done, just to make this video watchable, is I've kept the quality HD. I've lowered my quality to 1280 by 720, which is typically not what I play in. I typically play in 2K. I could have made this way worse, but I wanted to make the video somewhat watchable. So just know that it can get even worse than this. And a little bit later on, we'll take a look at some screenshots of really just how worse it can get too. So the first thing I noticed that was absolutely nuts was the draw distance. I mean, the world literally has to load in about 50 feet in front of you. That is insane. You literally see buildings like coming together like it's a part of the Matrix. That was one of the weirdest experiences of all time. Also, the NPCs seem to have had a major setback. They literally look like they are from Minecraft. I'm not even joking. They're literally about 8-bit here. So the NPCs definitely took the biggest hit when I ended up installing these mods and when I ended up lowering the graphics settings. The main characters and the main vehicles like Trevor's car, and as you'll see a little bit later on, Michael's vehicle and Franklin, they weren't all that terrible, mainly because they're probably the main characters and they have more details and stuff like that. But the secondary characters and certainly the NPCs very much suffered from this quality. Another thing that suffered tremendously was the buildings, the foliage, the world itself, and just pretty much everything inside of it. So like the grass, the trees, the landscape, all of it just looks absolutely horrible. And when we go into this bar, you can see the people sitting down at like the table. It just looks so tremendously awful. Now, another thing I thought was interesting here was the GTA-style transitions. They don't look like the regular transitions because the world itself can't render all that much. So instead of it showing like the world and the streets, it's just like this blue cloud that you're kind of stuck up in until you get to the character. Now, the main characters themselves have also been downgraded too. Their haircuts in particular looked pretty terrible. You can obviously notice that on Michael and on Trevor. So that's also something that I think was definitely pretty interesting. I mean, it honestly looks like a completely different game. It almost looks as if like this is the mobile version of GTA 5 or something like that. And even some of the little things that you might not notice here, like the shadows and the grass quality and the water textures, the plant textures, they all look just so terrible with this game right here. I mean, it's incredible to think that this is GTA 5. Now, what I wanted to do was I wanted to load a cutscene because I was thinking to myself, can the game look that bad with the cutscenes and with this lowered quality? And boy, was I wrong. I didn't think it could get much worse, but it does. Now, I've decided to go with the mission Fame or Shame because I feel like this includes a majority of the main characters all in one cutscene, which is pretty cool. Now, one thing you're going to notice right away is the world itself does not look all that great, that's for sure. But one thing you might not have known is that the main characters, Michael and Trevor, they can't open their mouths. What the heck is going on here? You can clearly see they have lines of dialogue, but their mouths do not open, which is incredibly weird because the other characters have no problem doing such things, opening their mouths. Now, I'm not sure why this is the case or what causes this, but it's so weird. And what gets even weirder is the fact that during this cutscene, Michael and Trevor actually talk to each other. They have a conversation where they literally don't open their mouths, and it is so weird. It was uncomfortable watching this and just how bad the quality was, especially when they get like real up and close to each other. It's so awkward. So that right there is what Grand Theft Auto 5 looks like on my system in the worst possible quality imaginable. I mean, it looks so bad. However, due to what I was trying to do with this video, keep it HD so you guys could at least watch it, let's take a look at some screenshots now of just how bad it can get. I mean, there are some people where they have really modified this game to get it absolute terrible quality. And I didn't even think this was possible for Grand Theft Auto 5 to go this low. I mean, some people are doing modifications that almost brings it to worse graphics than what we see on like GTA 3 or GTA San Andreas, which I didn't even think was possible. I thought that at some point in time, Rockstar would just cut your system off from playing before they would ultimately make it look that bad. I mean, some of these screenshots really do make the game look like it's come straight out of the 1990s. Like it doesn't even belong on a modern day PC. So that right there is pretty incredible just to see how backwards GTA can get. As I mentioned earlier, a lot of people install mods to make the game look so much better, but I had no clue that you could ultimately make it look this terrible in GTA 5. So now what I want to do is show you guys the regular version of the same cutscene that we just watched from Fame or Shame. This is with all of my graphic settings returned to normal. Now, I don't have an unbelievable PC by any means, but I can make Grand Theft Auto 5 look pretty good with the hardware that I have. And the difference is absolutely astonishing. I mean, just look at what we're looking at right now and then go back a couple minutes to what we were looking at. It's pretty incredible to see the difference here. And what I'll actually do is put them side by side so that you can see them as well. And the difference is just absolutely nuts. Obviously, when main characters can actually have conversations with each other with their mouths moving, that's a pretty good thing. But you can also see the differences in textures and in lighting. I mean, it literally looks like it's a completely different game. So I definitely thought this experiment was pretty fun, and at the end of the day, that's all this was about. It's just for fun. I'm not trying to, dump on GTA 5 or dump on any other games. This was literally just for fun. There's so many videos out there of, how can you maximize your quality in GTA 5, and I thought it would just be fun, unique, and interesting to try the exact opposite and see what it looks like in just the worst imaginable quality, and hopefully we achieved that in this video today. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you guys there. If you did go and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would of course be awesome, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.